allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Larry?
Here.
Ronnie?
Yes.
Jeannie? Here. Shelley's absent.
Okay, this is an organizational meeting, so we'll go through that. I think what we'll do is make a motion.
What we have been doing is making all the appointments and making this one resolution so that
Right.
everybody is looking.
Right. If there's a conflict on the way through, or somebody wants to stop me, just stop me, and we'll discuss it. Name official town bank, National Bank and Trust of Ellenberg Depot, and the bank north of Shazy. Official newspaper, Plattsburgh Press Republican. Town clerk, deputy.
Ellen Montgomery?
Deputy tax collector.
Helen Russell.
Records management, fair relation. Registrar of vital statistics, that's Carol relation.
Who's that there?
Carol
Carol?
relation.
Oh, yeah.
Deputy,
Ellen Montgomery.
highway superintendent deputy. Who you got? Nicole. Deputy supervisor, it'd be Ellen Montgomery also. Budget officer, Larry Ross. Audit for annual report, Danielle Perrier. Clerk to town justice, Darla Bilo. And Sandra Lambert. Secretary to the supervisor, Danielle Perrier. Dog control officer, Lionel Perrier. Custodian for the town hall, Gerald LaFountain. Town attorney, Joseph Lavarando. Codes enforcement officer, Tom Montgomery. Zoning clerk, Bridget Coolidge. Town historian, Bridget Coolidge. Board of Assessment Review, Randy Beach to 2016. Murray Boris to 2017. I think those are right, those Mary Ann Wood, 2013. Chris Belair, 2015. And Crystal LaFave, 2016. Youth Commission, Sam Lasway, to 2014. Jamie Labarge, 2014. Kim Lasway, 2013. Mindy Guerin, 2014. Deanne Gregory, 2014. Claire Lambert, 2014. Zoning Board, Chairman is Dean Lasway, term is up in 2013. Board Member Ryan Blondo, 2016. Carlton Trudeau, 2015. Greg Spinner, 2016. Matt Cook, 2016. Bridget Coolidge, Secretary, 2016. Under supervisor's appointment is board members that will help out with these certain areas. Youth Commission with Jeannie and Joe. The Park will be Herb and Ron. Highway Department, Joe and Ron. Insurance, Herb and Jeannie. And the Senior Citizens, Ron and Jeannie. Park Manager, Gail Walcott. Association of Town dues, $700. Need an authorization, excuse
We
me,
need a resolution for that one.
separate one.
Yeah, we'll do it separately.
Well, let's make a resolution on the appointments first then.
Okay, from 1 to 18.
Make a resolution that we pass it as written. I'll second it.
And a vote please from appointments 1 through 18. Larry?
Yes.
Jeannie? Yes. Herb?
Yes.
Ronnie?
Yes.
Need a the appointments are already there, so. we don't
Okay,
need
then
anything for
the
that.
board of assessments. They're already appointed?
They're already-
They're just going to
Board of Assessment, Youth Commission, and
zone.
zoning board are all the same as they were, had already been board approved. Supervisors' appointments are the same, they were already done. I need a motion for park manager,
I'll make a motion.
to be Gail Walcott.
I'll second it. And a
Is there a salary to it?
It's, there is, it's an hourly thing, I don't know what I got in there, but it's an hourly,
The park manager?
yeah, I think it's hourly.
It's like 7,000,
It's in the
wasn't it?
budget.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think it
have
was
it
like,
for me.
last year was 7,000.
Something like that.
I don't think that.
Should that be in the
Yeah,
minutes, Joe?
it should be as part of the resolution.
We'll add hers to that. I don't have it for me. I can't exactly.
7,000, last year was,
I'll get it for you.
Okay, voting on the park manager, Gail, Larry,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Ronnie,
Yes.
Jeannie. Yes.
Need a motion to pay the Association of Town dues of $700.
I'll make the motion, pay the dues.
I'll second it.
And a vote, please. Ronnie,
Yes.
Jeannie,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Larry.
Yes. Authorization for the supervisor to pay bills not requiring a pre-audit as explained in section 118 of the town laws. That's just so we don't have to pay interest. I need a motion on that.
I'll make the motion.
A second, please.
I'll second.
And a vote. Larry,
Yes.
Jeannie,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Herb.
Yes.
Mileage, we've been doing 40 cents a mile. Is that still all right with everyone? If so, we need a motion for that.
I don't know what the rate is.
55.5.
Is it?
55 and a half. 40 cents. 40 cents, I'll make a motion, 40 cents. I'll second.
And a vote, please. Jeannie,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Ronnie,
Yes.
Herb.
Yes.
Need a motion to spend $2,000 on the senior citizen bus.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
1,000 senior citizens.
And a vote,
Last year?
please. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And a vote, please. Ronnie,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Jeannie,
Yes.
Herb.
Yes.
Number 28, annual financial report to New York State to be used as a supervisor's financial report. Need a motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
And a vote. Jeannie,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Ronnie,
Yes.
Herb.
Yes.
Motion to pay North Country Life Flight $100 for their contract.
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
And a vote. Larry,
Yes.
Jeannie,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Ronnie.
Yes.
Need a motion from New York State Association of Towns Superintendent Highway dues of $150.
I'll make the motion, pay the highway dues.
I'll second it.
150.
We need a second on that.
Yeah, Jeannie.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
And a vote, please. Ronnie,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Jeannie.
Yes.
Motion for the dog control contract, $1,900 to town boards.
That's the one with Moore's?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion that. I'll second it.
And a vote, please. Herb,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Jeannie,
Yes.
Ronnie.
Yes.
And we have no oaths of office, being that everyone's the same. Anything, discussion on the organizational meeting? Everybody else have that? We have to make a motion that we adjourn the organization.
I'll make the motion.
I'm sorry, did I hear a motion?
Ronnie made it.
Ronnie, and a second?
Yes.
And a vote? Always?
Now I'd like to call the regular town board meeting to order. And with reading of the minutes.
The closed out meeting, December 31st, 2012. Date, December 31st, 2012, time 10 a.m. at the Altona Town Hall, Altona, New York. Supervisor Ross called the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance and board members present. Supervisor Larry Ross, council members Jeannie Bushy, Herbert Terrian, Ronnie Labarge. Absent Joey Snide. Others present, Deputy Supervisor Ellen Montgomery, Highway Superintendent Fred Tarian. Minutes of the regular town board meeting held on December 10th, 2012 were read and accepted. Motion by Ronnie, seconded by Jeannie. The vote was all ayes. Resolution number 72, petty cash for the tax collector and town clerk. Motion by Herb, seconded by Ronnie. Motion was adopted. The board approved the amount of $1,000 petty cash for the tax collector and an additional $100 for the town clerk's office for the 2013 year. Vote all ayes. Resolution number 73, highway employee clothing allotment. Motion by Herb, seconded by Jeannie. The motion was adopted. The men in the highway department will each be paid an allowance of $500 instead of rented uniforms. Vote all ayes. Resolution number 74, the meeting dates for 2013. Motion by Ronnie, seconded by Jeannie. The motion was adopted. Meeting dates for 2013 are scheduled at 7 p.m. as follows. January, the organizational and the regular town board meeting, January 14th. February 11th, March 11th, April 8th, May 13th, June 10th, July 8th, August 12th, September 9th, October 14th, November 7th, the first Thursday after election, December 9th, and the closeout meeting, December 31st, 2013, at 10 a.m. Vote all ayes. Resolution number 75, contract for dog control. Motion by Jeannie, seconded by Ronnie. The motion was adopted. The super is authorized to sign a contract with Morse to serve the town as an animal shelter. Cost not to exceed $2,900. Vote all ayes. Resolution number 76, JCEO contract. Motion by Herb, seconded by Ronnie. The motion was adopted. The supervisor is authorized to sign the contract between the Joint Council for Economic Opportunity of Clinton and Franklin counties and the town of Altona. The town of Altona agrees to pay JCEO the sum of $20,160 for that portion of the community outreach program for the period commencing December 1st, 2012 and ending November 30th, 2013. Vote all ayes. An ambulance service committee has been formed to help research ways the fire department could better serve the community. The members are Jessica Landfield, Dean Lashway, Jennifer Walker, Larry Ross, John Beach, Greg Spinner, Chris Blair, and Jamie Labarge. Resolution number 77, old light fixtures. Motion by Ronnie, second by Herb. The motion was adopted. The old light fixtures in the town hall are being replaced by new ones. Supervisor Ross has had a request to buy the old ones. The board has declared the lights as surplus and can be sold for $10 each. Vote all ayes. Resolution number 78, transfers. Motion by Herb, seconded by Jeannie. The motion is adopted. The following budget transfers are needed for 2012. Oh gosh.
Does she have to read those, being that they're all listed, Joe, everybody has?
I probably shouldn't have to read all those, huh?
They're attached. There's a copy
Yeah,
in there for
everybody's,
everybody.
yeah, they're all attached.
About, if they,
We can.
if they want.
Anybody wants a copy?
Anybody want a copy of the transfers? At the end of the year, sometimes money has to be transferred from one fund to another to cover all the costs. Resolution number 79, the supervisor's report. Motion by Jeannie, seconded by Ronnie. The motion is adopted to accept the supervisor's report as presented. Vote all ayes. Resolution number 80, approval of bills. Motion by Joey, seconded by Jeannie. Motion was adopted. To approve the bills as presented. The general fund, $9,139.98. Highway fund, $628.57. Total, $9,768.55. Motion to adjourn by Ronnie, seconded by Jeannie. Vote all ayes. Respectfully submitted, Carol Relation, Town Clerk.
Any motion to accept those?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second it.
And vote please. Larry?
Yes.
Jeannie?
Yes.
Herb?
Yes.
Ronnie?
Yes.
First thing on the agenda, Friends of the North Country. The Clinton County Office of Emergency Services and Clinton County Planning Department contracted with Friends of the North Country Incorporated to assist with a 5-year update of the 2007 multi-jurisdictional pre-disaster hazard mitigation plan. And Joey and Jeannie and Ellen and I all attended a meeting for that, and why I put that on there is like to get together and go through the paperwork together to come up with, put all our heads together on that, rather than just one. I'd like to gather from everybody that went, and I don't know when's a good time to do that, or if I should just do it individually and go back together with what's good for everybody. Joey's not here.
So we'll set a time and
Time and a date when, I'll check with Joey first, being that he's not here, and then I'll get with everyone and get, it shouldn't take long. All I just want to do is go through and fill out that paperwork, and anybody else is welcome to come if they want to. When we do it, it's just it's a mandatory thing we have to update, and I want to make sure that we cover all our bases here and do a good job with it. It's actually quite extensive. They're going to make sure that people are it's not just for eyewash anymore. They're going to make sure that it's followed. And there was a place in here for Altona from the last one, and it had protect critical facilities lying in the floodplain. And their suggestion was restoration of the dam on Devil's Den Road in the town of Altona. Well, we've had the dam removed, so that's taking care of that problem. And then there was another one, rebuild low-lying portions of the roads where flooding is a problem. I guess Freddie's gone, but it said, address the flooding of low-lying roads in the town of Altona which are washed out by flooding. I know he's replaced the culverts in those roads, and I think he's built them up in most cases. They replaced the culverts with larger ones, built the road up, so he's addressed that. And reduce the impact of wildfires in Clinton County. It says improve public awareness, research mitigation for and improve awareness of wildfire risk in the jack pine forest in the town of Altona. And we've done that by through the meetings with the state on having a list of folks that get called when there's problems, and it starts with the fire department, and Ellen has a list. We have a list down here that we call people and they are checked on. So there is a alarm that gets sounded by the people, so that they get warned ahead of time if there's problems. So that's been addressed, but there's other things on there as we went through the meeting that we have to check on. So that's just information at this point. Clinton County Department of Social Services, I have the contracts to sign for workplace. And at this time, they only have it for Friday workers to go and help the highway department. And we usually have them to help with the park also, but Danielle usually runs off a sheet and sends it, so they don't include them on here for some reason, so we'll send that with it. I need a motion from the board to sign the contract for the worksite contractor.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
And vote please. Herb?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Jeannie?
Yes.
Ronnie?
Yes.
Guess you only need one.
Yes, I
If you want this
just.
to have another, maybe I'll give them more than a contract. In your package, you should have the tax rate comparison of all the towns. That's always interesting to look at. It tells,
No, we don't.
oh, you didn't get those?
No.
I probably didn't. Okay. I'll get those for you next time. All it is, a comparison town by town. And it tells it, what 2012 was, what 2013 was, and the amount of change there was in that. Town of Altona, the county tax in 2012 was $2.96 per thousand, and in 2013 is $2.90 a thousand, so it went down 6 cents. General fund for the town was $1.06, and it's still $1.06. Highway, townwide was $2.47, and it's now $2.48, went up a penny. Fire District 20, number 1 was $1.20, it's $1.22, went up 2 cents. Ellenburg Fire District number 21 was $1.02, now it's $1.27, it went up a quarter, that's quite a jump. Altona Light number 1 was 82 cents, and now it's 79 cents, so that went down a few cents, 3 cents. And the Light District 21 was 43, now it's 42, so that went down a cent. And then they have it out for every town in the county and the city, which I'll give it to you next month. I thought we had it in the pack. That's my fault, I didn't pay attention to
Is
that.
that comparison, is that just the towns with the windmills, or is that?
No, that's
all
everybody.
All towns?
Everybody. So that's just for your information, and I'll, like I said, I'll give you a copy of that next time. Association of Towns, they have their training school. It's a 2013 training school. An annual meeting with the association will be held at the Hilton, New York, at the Towers, New York City, February 17th to the 20th. At this point, I don't know if we could still, if anybody wanted to go, if they could still get on the bus or not. They have a bus that goes, and it's like 100 and something to go. You're there for 17th through the 20th. If anybody is interested in that, just let me know, and we'll see if we can.
Good training, good schools, I've been down there, but
It's expensive.
Very
I mean,
expensive.
You go down there, it's probably, I'm thinking $1,100 to $1,200 spent by the time you need to bring back a lot of information for that, for taxpayers to justify, but you can go. I mean,
It's good if we have to have someone qualify in a school that needs to be certified.
right.
That works well because they can do it all in
Yeah.
that period.
So that's the Association of Towns. Let's get number 4 to the end, I think it's easier, or number 5, I mean.
Right?
Yeah. Insurance, number 6, insurance. May 1st is the day that our insurance is due, renewals are due. And we talked last month about putting out to bid, and I want to do that. We still haven't had any settlement on that break-in in early September, and that's unacceptable. I have a couple of insurance agents that are already interested in putting out bids for it, so just to let you know, that's when it is, May 1st. Altona Youth Commission, and I tried to get a hold of Jamie, I couldn't get him. They're running a basketball program at the school, and it has 7 teams, there's 77 kids involved. And I think there's 18 kids from Altona. They're asking for money to support the program. I got a hold of Jamie, tried to get a hold of Jamie today to get an idea how, if he wanted, what he wanted to do with that. That's Youth Commission business. So I don't know what to do with that at this point. If he wants to commit some of the Youth Commission money, and if we need to come up with some money. Now, they had businesses that did donate toward these uniforms for some of them. And what they're doing now is they're getting uniforms that they can use year after year, so they're collecting them, and they're so that you aren't buying new uniforms every year. I think they said they had uniforms for 3 out of the 7 teams who were bought by different businesses. So, he's doing a good job, the guy from Ellenberg. I don't know, how much to give him. I think it's Ellenberg, Cherubusco, Altona, and Lion Mountain, it's all us around the our schools that are participating. And, so I don't know what we want to do with that for money. I was gonna go through the youth commission first to see what they wanted to do, and then I suppose we could wait for the month there. They've already paid for it at this point. They got 7 coaches at $300 apiece. They've got, I started adding it up, they got quite a bit spent here. Looks like right now, just in that program, they got $3,848.36 for all of it,
That's the whole bunch.
Yeah. And he didn't give me a specific amount of money they were looking for, they were just looking for financial support. So I'll check with the youth commission on that and see what to do and how to handle that. Sidewalks, the snow blower's broken, that's why we haven't finished doing the sidewalks. They're waiting on a part, so when that comes, they'll do the other section up through by the part. I don't know what you want to do with the sidewalks. Brian Fennessy had a little problem with, he didn't really want us doing by his house, or if he, I don't know, he had a problem with it anyway, so. I know we have a right of way, I don't know what it is from there, the county, if it's 25 or if it's, could be as much as 50 feet, I don't know that. If we measure that back, we can clean that back farther, or we can just leave that stretch that he has down through there, and I don't know which way to go with it. I don't know if we're better off to leave that stretch, or if we're better off to use our rights and do as far as we can do. I went over and talked to him about it, and initially thought, well, we'll just leave it and not do it. It's about, I don't know, what is it, maybe 50 feet down through there, from there to the church parking lot there. I don't know. We got some places that we can't fit up at your house, about where the thing is on top of the wall, it keeps our machine out too far, we can't fit there. So we gotta find ways around that, but.
I think if they're existing, we should fix them, regardless. I mean, people have to walk on them. Yeah. Because someone doesn't want to come to their house.
Yeah.
I don't think that's legitimate, right?
That's
just
He did,
wanna know
talk
what it
about
means?
cleaning it.
No, I know.
He didn't want it clean, he didn't want it sweating.
No.
Well, I don't think it's right to
It should be
residents to have
You're gonna have that
stuff that
stretch.
they don't have access to.
All right, well, if that's the case, if the way the board feels, I'll get the exact amount right away, and then I'll measure it back and make sure we stay within the right of way.
Sure.
And then I'll talk to Brian ahead of time. I don't wanna upset him, but I certainly don't wanna open up to a lawsuit if somebody else gets hurt walking in the road or something either, so,
You're talking about cleaning the sidewalk in front of his house.
yeah. So I'll check on that right away. All right, we'll do that. Life Flight, I need a motion to sign a contract for Life Flight.
I'll make a motion that we sign the contract for the Lakeville. I'll second it. Those are one for $100, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And a vote, please. Jeannie?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Kurt?
Yes.
Ronnie?
Yes.
We gotta fill out the rest of it. Here's the gist of it. The highway department is looking for a lowboy trailer so that we can haul our paver on. We can't, right now we have to borrow from mowers, to haul our paver. And they're nice enough to lend it to us, but we have to wait in line. If we wanna do it at the same time they wanna use it, we have to, wait. And, so we're looking for one. What they would like to be able to do is in those places where the road's torn up, with lots of bumps in it, maybe they can take that paver in the roller and just lay down a patch of pavement on it rather than that patch stuff that won't last. So, we'll get a lot more use out of the lowboy than we are at this point, because we try to wait and not borrow it every time you turn around. They've looked at a used one, they showed me today, with 16,200. We're also gonna have to start thinking about town pickup. He's got a lot of miles, 150,000 miles probably on that truck now, and I really don't wanna see him out in the middle of the night with that and have it not run on him. So those are two things in the future here we're looking at to make some kind of change with. And like I told Fred, look at the new ones, and especially if you're using a used trailer, make darn sure that it's something that's gonna last, not something you're gonna get for a year and have to work on.
Sure.
So that's a couple of things that are going on there.
Actually, that small lowboy that we have isn't actually legal for half the equipment we have anyhow.
Right, not to load
It's too
it.
light, and low capacity, is too light.
So that's,
Something to look at too.
yep. The next thing is a speed limit request that we had, Jeannie, it did come back, but they denied it. They said that we didn't have the traffic capacity and that they would entertain putting up a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit. Where did I put that? Yeah, as the department has determined in similar situation, we propose a 45-mile-an-hour reduced speed zone to be established for 1/4 of a mile, a mile-long segment. Both New York Department of Transportation and New York State Police consider this a buffer-type speed zone, a transition from the statewide 55 miles per hour speed limit to the established 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. Please have your sign crew erect signage in accordance with MUTCD, whatever that is, creating a 45-mile-an-hour speed zone to a point 1/4 of a mile north of Iron Road. We have discussed this new speed zone with Troop B Traffic Sergeant in the New York State Police, and he concurs with our determination. So they won't give us the 35 that we requested, but they'll give us a 45.
Well, I'll take it, it might bring it down to 55 anyway.
Yeah. Now, is that, do we put signs on that road? I don't even know if that's ours.
They're saying the county has to do
Yeah.
it.
I would say it's county, because it's county plows it. Or we plow it, but it's county road. Okay. So that's what that's all about.
We'll take up down through by Peck's and Jean's.
It'll go right,
It should go past.
it'll go right to the hill by Carlton's.
Oh, okay.
So you can see over that hill.
Right.
That's where we measured it to anyways. We did get our check, number 13, from Noble, $292,000, which we split for general and highway, so that was in time to save us on some of those bills before we collect all our tax money. And I have a lawsuit to talk about, which we'll have to go into executive session, but is that why people are here? They want to talk about that a little bit.
Rick Rudolph from Altona,
Yeah.
Alderman. Why are you going into executive session to talk about the lawsuit? It doesn't-
Litigation. We
Pardon?
have to talk about litigation.
Litigation's the reason?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't mind hearing what you have to say, I mean, that what you came for, that's, we can hear that.
I just wanted the reason for executive session.
Yeah, that's what it is. Anyone have something they wanna bring up?
I would, Beach.
Yeah.
I'm just, with some familiarity with this lawsuit, like to ask the four of you that are here tonight to consider your council choice to match Clinton County's choice of Bill Favreau, as he has the most familiarity with this case and beginning to hopefully soon end. I think it'll be money well spent for an efficient, and I think it's really important that as we decide what's going to happen, or as the courts decide what's going to happen, that this goes in our favor. Because the town and the school has a lot to lose.
I talked to Bill this week, and in fact, he helped me out there trying to get the extension, which I did get, and he, well, the opposing attorney thinks there may be a conflict of interest. He may not be able to even serve for the county because he dealt
The
with.
Radley Farm,
Yeah.
his feeling on that was so long ago that in a totally different situation, they're not going to.
But it's something they'll have to work out
Yeah.
though, you know, and then he also said that probably we might be better off to get a different attorney simply because when it comes to, we've had differences as, through the years with the county and the town on it, and he said that, and he put it to me. Can't remember exactly what he said, why, but he said that, on the, if it came down to it, that the town and the school isn't named in it, but they stand quite a lot to lose, whereas the county doesn't have quite the same fight that we do. That's just something he brought up too, so I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out yet, so.
His words to me were essentially the opposite.
Yeah, originally he was, and he had told me that originally also. This was something that just came up the last time I spoke to him. So, I'm looking at some different aspects of it, and we'll see. I don't know what we're gonna do here yet, but just kind of makes me sick
This
that we
matter, as you both enter executive session, is of extreme importance. Everybody here, including yourselves, has a ton to lose, and there's people whose lives are in danger here. And
For sure.
I mean, this is high, I can't imagine a higher priority.
It is. Randy?
Randy Beach. Altona. I guess what I echo what John just said, but also based upon what we have done in the past when we hired the attorney to deal with Noble, in which we worked with Ellenberg and Clinton and hired the same attorney, all three of us, because it gave us more power and more oomph, so to speak, and more say, more representation, more people. I would highly urge that we get together and do the same thing in this case. Now, whether it's Bill Favreau or not, or whether it's a different attorney. And Joe, no insult.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Take it.
yeah.
I mean, it's a very, very specialized area, I think.
Right.
If I can speak for the town board, with reference to, John, your comments, the board is fully aware of how very important this lawsuit is and how much the town residents have to lose in this lawsuit. And
We have tremendous possibility of loss here. And it's too bad that the county took this long and the state took this long to get to where we are. The amount of money that the Indians have available to them and the prices they're willing to pay for the land, you know, we can all yell about our neighbors selling out, but you can't blame them because they're getting a price that is sky high compared, especially in this time. And we, you know, every time they sell one of these pieces of land, and if they aren't paying the taxes on it, it just means that every single one of us in this room, we're gonna pay more. And we can't afford to lose this. This is, I can't believe that a court would rule against it, but anything's possible. But we need to look at this so carefully and be in a position of as much power as we can. We need every edge we can gap walking into this deal.
Yep, that's what we intend to try to do, and
It's gonna be a very, very complicated lawsuit.
Oh,
And Joe, I don't even disagree with you, but if it wasn't for Bill Tagger, we would have been in serious trouble. Because when I spoke to him just by happenstance on Wednesday, he hadn't heard anything, and we had to respond within the next day. So thankfully, Larry and I were able to chat and get that going, but, this really has to be, every piece of mail, everything having anything to do with this has to be, pounded into your heads. And
it
decided
certainly
on.
is. We've been on it. I have talked to other attorneys, and I have also talked to some of the state representatives, so we are on it, and we'll do the very best that we know how.
I don't personally know of anybody local other than Bill, because Bill's been involved with it. And I'm not sure if Bill is even qualified. And that would be something he would certainly be, I know Bill well enough, he's gonna tell us whether he's or not and step up. If we have to end up, and this is again, one of the reasons why I see us getting together with all parties, hopefully, and putting together, hiring a law firm, whether it's out of Albany or where it's out of. Yeah, it's gonna cost some money, but if you look at the big picture, it's a pittance compared to what we can lose. And I think we've got to do that.
It's, whatever attorney that we end up with, will also work hand in hand with the county, ensure that.
Oh, they have to, but still, it's much better if you're representing a bigger block. There is strength in numbers.
Take that under advisement, and also let you know that I have been working on this, and we are taking it very seriously and marching through it very cautiously to get the right combination for the town. So I got it extended for 50 days, and I also got the county extended up to 50 days. They had a 30-day extension, and changed that and got it into a 50-day extension so that we got time to react. So we're gonna deal with it. Anyone else? Okay. Thanks for coming in, folks. I feel the same way as you do. There's a lot we don't want to lose.
Are you anticipating coming back in the regular session?
We will come back in the regular session. We have no more business.
I was gonna say, do you expect to make a decision on this tonight, or?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna discuss it, but that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks for coming, folks.
Thank you.
We need a resolution to go into
Discuss the lawsuit.
You have a second?
Yeah. I'll second.
Should we use Gagne instead of Indian?
Probably.
Turtle Island Trust.
That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
That's what it
We
says.
know
Turtle
it's
Island
on-
Trust is what it's entitled.
Gagne.
Well, that's what's there.
What's on the top?
That's
Turtle
what
Island
you're proud
Trust.
of there.
That's the most.
Turtle Island?
That's not even registered as Turtle Island Trust.
No.
We gotta go.
We need a motion? You close the executive board meeting? I'll make a motion that we close the executive board meeting.
I'll second. You need a motion to come out of executive session.
To come out, yeah,
You need a second on
yeah, okay, I forgot, it's Herb and Ronnie. Okay, this is returned. It is 8:40 to send.
840.
8:20. I had told 8:50 before she said 7. A vote, please. Larry?
Yes.
Jeannie?
Yes.
Herb?
Yes.
Ronnie?
Yes.
And then We resume, have to resume this meeting. Shit.
You might want to zap that up.
That's gonna cost you.
Beef,
Yeah.
We're back in,
upside down.
we're back in regular session.
Okay, wait, we need a motion and a second on returning here.
No.
We just, okay, we don't need to do that,
No,
and no, okay.
now we need, take a motion to adjourn.
No, we can't, we need to pay the bills.
Oh.
Bills.
Oh, that's right, and I'd like to find a time that's good for you two to meet for that,
Okay.
that Friends of the North Country, whatever's good for you, I guess, Jeannie, because she's always, not tomorrow, though, I'm working.
Okay. Wednesday morning's not good.
Okay, just pick a time and let me know.
Thursday morning?
Okay, if it isn't, we'll just call. All right,
What
got a
time?
motion to pay the bills?
yeah, I'll make a motion.
That's a pass.
And we need to vote on the approval of the bills. Herb,
Yes.
Ronnie,
Yes.
Jeannie,
Yes.
Larry.
Yes. And a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And a vote, please. Larry,
Yes.
Jeannie,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Ronnie.
Yes.
Here. Amen.
I really don't know how I get these unscrambled.
Oops.